Hey, Yasu, Tikanis, Gala, Ise. I think Ise means question mark. So this is Greek. We have a saying, it's all Greek to me. I thought I'd start off with a different language, saying hello. It's always good to learn a different language. So if you go to a Greek festival or meet a Greek person, you could say, Tikanis, how are you? Gala. So they would answer good, Gala. And you, Ise? Tikani, yes, Yasu. Hello, Tikanis, Gala Ise. Also, Kalimera, that's a good one. Good morning. No, that's squid. Good morning, Kalimera, I think. And I'm going to post a picture of an orchid. So if you are a English learner and don't know how to pronounce this special flower, it's called an orchid. So let's finish up Gideon. This is my Gideon sketchbook. I've been drawing for the last 15 years. Sketches of the Bible, and I put them together during the quarantine, and I still have about 5 left. This is Gideon, Judges 7:15. And Gideon just went into the enemy camp, the Midianite camp, and one of the Midianites was talking about a dream he had that a barley roll rolled over into the Midian camp and knocked it down. And the Midianite's friend said, this is a sign that Gideon's going to destroy the camp. I guess they didn't recognize Gideon. They didn't have cameras back then. Judges 7:15. And so it was when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and its interpretation. Here's my dream. Here's what it means. Gideon eavesdrops and secretly listens in that he worshipped. Judges 7:16. Then he divided the 300 men into 3 companies. 3 groups. Gideon divided the 300 men into 3 groups. And he put a trumpet into every man's hand. With empty pitchers and torches inside the pitchers. So I guess they're like little cups for candles or lights. Judges 7:17. And he said to them, look at me. Men, look at me. And do likewise. Do as Gideon does. Watch Gideon. And when I come to the edge of the camp, when I come to the edge of the Midianite camp, you shall do as I do. Follow Gideon. Gideon talks to the Israelites. Let's read that again. And he said to them, look at me and do likewise. Watch, and when I come to the edge of the camp, you shall do as I do. Judges 7:18. When I blow the trumpet, Gideon blows the trumpet, or the ram's horn. And I and all who are with me, Gideon's 100 men, everyone with me, then you also will blow the trumpets on every side of the whole camp. Go around the camp. When we blow our trumpets, then you blow your trumpets. Gideon and the Israelites. That would be a loud noise. When I blow the trumpet, I and all who are with me, then you also blow the trumpets on every side of the whole camp. Judges 7:18. And shout, the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. The Lord's sword and Gideon's sword. Do this. Gideon tells the Israelites. But Gideon and the 100 men with him reached the edge of the camp at the beginning of the middle watch. So that's around midnight. Middle of the night. Just after they had changed the guard. So one guard leaves and another one comes on. Changing of the guard. Get to work. You're on duty. And then one leaves. Leave. You're off duty. So they just changed the guard at midnight. So shout the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. Gideon and the 100 men with him reached the edge of the camp at the beginning of the middle watch, just after they had changed the guard. Judges 7:19. They blew their trumpets and broke the jars that were in their hands. Gideon and the 100 men did this. Loud, loud, loud. The 3 companies blew the trumpet and smashed the jars. The 300 Israelites did this. So they blew their trumpets and broke the jars that were in their hands. The 100 men did this. Then the 3 companies blew the trumpets and smashed the jars. Lots of noise. Judges 7:20. Grasping the torches in their left hands and holding in their right hands the trumpets they were to blow. So in right hand they had the trumpet, left hand they had the torches. They shouted, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." Or real loud, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." While each man held his position around the camp, and all the Midianites ran, crying out as they fled. The Midianites ran and cried and fled. Read that again. Grasping the torches in their left hands and holding in their right hands the trumpets they were to blow, they shouted, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." While each man held his position around the camp, all the Midianites ran, crying out as they fled. Judges 7:22. When the 300 trumpets sounded, the Lord caused the men throughout the camp to turn on each other with their swords. So I think they all started fighting each other. The army fled to Beth Shittah. I don't know how to say that. To Beth Shittah, towards Zerah, as far as the border of Abel Meholah near Tabath. They all fled to this edge. When the 300 trumpets sounded, the Lord caused the men throughout the camp to turn on each other with their swords. The army fled to Beth Shittah towards Zerah, as far as the border of Abel Meholah near Tabath. Judges 7:23. Israelites from Naphtali, Asher, and all Manasseh were called out. Come on, Israelites from Naphtali, Asher, and Manasseh. And they pursued the Midianites. The Israelites chased the Midianites. Oh no. Gideon sent messengers throughout the hill country of Ephraim. Gideon, go. All the messengers sent throughout the Ephraim hills. Let's read that again. Israelites from Naphtali, Asher, and all Manasseh were called out, and they pursued the Midianites. Gideon sent messengers throughout the hill country of Ephraim. Judges 7:24, saying, "Come down against the Midianites." Israelites versus the Midianites. Come on down against the Midianites and seize the waters of the Jordan. Ephraimites attack the Midianites and take control of the Jordan River as far as Beth-barah. Messengers from Gideon say this. So go as far as Beth-barah. Ephraim's battle. Come down against the Midianites and seize the waters of the Jordan as far as Beth-barah. Judges 7:24. So all the men of Ephraim were called out, and they took the waters of the Jordan as far as Beth-barah. The Ephraimites did as they were told and seized the waters of Jordan. They also captured 2 of the Midianite leaders, Oreb and Zeb. Midianite leaders captured. They killed Oreb, so it gets violent. They killed Oreb at the rock of Oreb, and Zeb at the winepress of Zeb. Winepress used to stomp grapes to make wine. So this is the winepress where they killed Zeb. So all the men of Ephraim were called out, and they took the waters of the Jordan as far as Beth-barah. They also captured 2 of the Midianite leaders, Oreb and Zeb. They killed Oreb at the rock of Oreb and Zeb at the winepress of Zeb. Judges 7:25. They pursued the Midianites and brought the heads of Oreb and Zeb to Gideon, who was by the Jordan. So I just have a picture of Gideon here, by the river. Now the Ephraimites asked Gideon, "Why have you treated us like this? Why didn't you call us when you went to fight Midian?" Why didn't you Ephraimites do this? Ephraimites, help us fight the Midians. What have you done to us? The Ephraimites and Gideon. They pursued the Midianites and brought the heads of Zoreb and Zeb to Gideon, who was by the Jordan. Now the Ephraimites asked Gideon, "Why have you treated us like this? Why didn't you call us when you went to fight Midian?" And they criticized him sharply. Judges 8:1. The Ephraimites argued fiercely with Gideon. But he answered them, "What have I accomplished compared with you? What is the value of what Gideon has done compared to what the Ephraimites have done? Gideon's deeds compared to the deeds of the Ephraimites. Aren't the gleanings of Ephraimites grapes better than the full harvest of Abiezer? Aren't your leftover grapes better than my clan's harvest?" Gideon and the Ephraimites saying, I don't know if he's flattering them or what. And they criticized him, but he answered them, "What have I accomplished compared with you? Aren't the gleanings of Ephraim's grapes better than the full harvest of Abiezer? Aren't your grapes better than mine?" Judges 8:3. God gave Oreb and Zeb, Midianite leaders, into your hands. Oreb and Zeb captured by the Ephraimites. You captured Oreb and Zeb. What was I able to do compared to you? Compared to you, what have I done? At this, the resentment against him subsided. Their anger went down. Yay! So I like how Gideon kind of talked with them, rationalized with them. God gave Oreb and Zeb, the Midianite leaders, into your hand. What was I able to do compared to you? At this, the resentment against him subsided. And we'll stop there. Have a good, blessed day.